Welcome back to episode 50 of the pod you're looking for. 50.
Did you ever think we'd make it all the way? We're
No.
done. This is it.
Dude, that's it.
This is the end.
This is the climax,
This
man.
is the end of the pod.
We're done.
Whoa.
We're all done, man.
Wow.
50 episodes.
The golden goose. They call it the golden goose.
50 episodes being Sam and Josh.
Yeah, dude.
Sam and Josh, yeah.
Yes.
Did I say that right the first time? I don't know if I did.
I think you did.
We're just flying off the rails today.
We're kind of
we
all
are
over the
all
place,
over
dude.
the
We
place.
were just having a laughing attack over
We
here.
were, dude. Do you ever have a moment like that where all of a sudden you start laughing so hard at something, the second after you feel like you just went a whole day and didn't get to sleep at all?
Well, dude,
I feel exhausted. That was one of the hardest I've laughed recently. That was the funniest thing ever.
That's so funny, man. But I feel like it set the tone.
It did.
This is gonna be a fun episode.
Good, exactly.
I mean, 50 deserves the best.
It
and
does.
We're about to give it.
Right.
Hey.
So let's list it off.
Yeah.
News is, first off, we got timestamps on the YouTube video, which was suggested to us on our Discord, which
Yes,
you can go
thank you,
follow.
Joe.
So thank you. So we got timestamps specifically because at least lately we've been discussing a ton of things like shows that some people aren't caught up on, you know. And if it wasn't for this podcast, there's sometimes I would wait a little bit longer too. Right. So timestamps, if you need to skip that, there's plenty of other things. We're also going to try to be better with just specifically outlining exactly what we're talking about so that you know if you want to skip for a second. I mean, obviously, we want you to watch the whole episode if you can, but just to have that there. So timestamps are on YouTube, Spotify, those things. We're going to be covering Michael movie, I think, to start today. We're doing Invincible season wrap-up. Mm-hmm. Season 4 is done.
Yep.
We've got some other games with Michael as well that we're going to do before that. We got Daredevil.
Yeah, we have our usual
Maul.
TV talk.
Yep, TV talk stuff. And then I think
Stranger Things Tales from 85 came out, so we got to talk about that.
Talk about that. We got some news as well.
Oh, yeah.
All that fun. We're starting with some news, though, I think, right?
Yeah, I think
We're going news, Michael, Invincible, TV talk.
Yep. So Galactic Transmission. Well, actually, no. We have a little bit. I mean, we've already announced it, but it's out. Yeah.
It's officially out. Say it.
Merch.
Merch is out.
We got our merch shop. We're not wearing any of it.
Look how good we planned this.
We're so excited about it, we're not putting any of it on. No, it's
so good we don't wear it.
No, it's really, honestly, it's just because of how hot this room is. We have like all of our sweaters and everything over there, but it's so hot.
Yeah.
But the merch shop is live. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, everything you could ever want and more is live on the shop. We're dropping things constantly on there. We started out the shop with a plethora of things to choose from, but we already have a couple things in the works. A couple things that are loaded onto the store but are kind of hidden from the user view that we're going to launch in the coming weeks. A couple things centered around some current projects and upcoming things, but also a couple things centered around some classic fan favorite projects and this and that we were excited about. So a couple inside jokes on the pod. So we're very excited about it. But
yeah, and thank you to everyone who bought stuff.
To
really,
all the
thank
people
you.
who have been receptive to it,
That's awesome.
we couldn't be more excited to see that kind of unfold, and we're learning as we go. I just learned how to refund an order.
Wow.
My grandparents tried to be supportive in order, and they ordered I think a size smaller than they meant. So
okay.
I learned how to refund an order without and make sure they get all their money back. So we're learning as we go. Every day is a new thing, but we're excited about that. But yeah,
we are
into the news.
Right into the news. We won't keep hounding you with it every single week, but we did want to officially announce it since it's out now.
Oh yeah,
we've been mentioning it. But right into the news.
Yeah.
First thing I want to talk about: trailer for Clayface just dropped.
Yeah, how you feeling?
I love it.
Do you have any emotional? Do you like Clayface? Or
no, I'm not like emotionally tied in at all. I just watching it. I'm so into the idea they're going for. I'm glad they're not doing. I think James Gunn said this. They're not doing like a hybrid with it. It's not like a superhero meets horror. I think it's just this is horror.
Yeah.
And it's just a superhero thing it's in the superhero universe. I'm all for it, man.
Yeah.
It looks just as graphic, as scary, as weird and uncomfortable as I wanted it to.
As it needs to be, yeah.
Like where you kind of have no idea what's happening, but you kind of do at the same time, and just weirded out. I felt very weird watching it. I love it.
This is, I don't want to say this and sound like I'm being a negative Nancy here, but I will say with James Gunn kind of doing the rounds on social media for the last 2 years, just talking about how the DC and the future of the universe is going to look, talking about how each project's going to have a different director, and he wants to make sure these directors, get to flesh out their vision. And that's the cool thing about DC is you get to have all these different styles, but then when they come together in the Justice League things or whatever, you get to see all of it converge. It sounds great, but like we got Superman and we got Creature Commandos and we got Peacemaker and we got Supergirl, and all of these projects kind of just feel like the exact same thing. And so we've been waiting for the first look at what he's talking about, where new director, new vision, totally separate from everything before. How's it going to work? And somehow, despite the body horror, despite the psychological thriller thing they're going for, very dark, very gritty. It seems like it still feels like a DC thing, and that's just so awesome. That it still feels plugged in, reminiscent of the first time we saw Thor, where it couldn't have been more different from Iron Man and Hulk, but it's like it still had that sense of connectivity to the larger world.
Yes.
It seems like
great put.
It seems like it's the first time where you can actually get excited as a fan about the idea of this larger shared universe, because you're seeing for the first time a different style kind of mesh with the Superman thing and coexist in this greater thing that's being built out. So very excited, not just for what that means for Clayface, but also for what it might mean for something like Lanterns or something like Wonder Woman down the line, which are going to be inherently completely different projects from something like Superman or Supergirl. So very excited to see what they do. It seems like the actor is totally locked in. It seems like all the special effects with the skin and everything and the prosthetics, crazy. Hard to look at, which is what you want, but yeah.
We'll honestly, now just looking at it from a timetable stuff, you've got now June, you've got Supergirl, August Lanterns, October, which right around Halloween is Clayface, which is going to be awesome. I love that timing. October 23rd, perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And then next summer we'll have the new Superman movie.
Yeah.
Man of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then in November we get Batman Part 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an awesome year of DC.
The focus has been
really
on Marvel the last couple weeks, but I mean, it's you'd be hard pressed to forget just how big the next year is going to be for DC. By the end of 27, it's really going to feel like we have like a solid world built out, and hopefully with whatever mergers happen, if Warner Bros. Does end up getting officially acquired by certain people or whatever, hopefully as that all unfolds, all the pieces, whether you like James Gunn's vision or not, hopefully it all just stays where it's at.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not a distraction to it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully these people just get to exercise or execute their vision the way they want, and we get to see this play out the way it deserves. But
so my question is, will you go see it with me late at night? That's when I want to see this.
Yeah.
I want to see this.
You wanted to see that at like 11 or something.
Yeah, something really late.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That would be so much fun.
We got to be very careful, especially in our area, what theater we choose to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't want to name which one we're going to, but there's a couple that I can immediately write off. I'll tell you that. I wouldn't go to them in broad daylight.
No, totally. Yes.
Yeah.
We're good on that.
Yeah, we told a story a couple months ago when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out about how we almost got shot at our local theater, and I can't imagine what it would be like for Clayface.
Oh, dude.
So hey, we'll go to the safe one.
That's why you need to go. You need people to be in your theater when you go.
Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable when there's like one or two other people in there, especially if you're feeling weird about something.
Yeah.
I'm all out on that.
Is that why you do ticket pre-sales at this point, just so you can kind of like see?
You might, yes. Honestly, yes.
You know what I mean?
The thing when I went to Weapons, I went and it was just me and my dad in the theater.
Yeah.
Which was so interesting because that was kind of the flip. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
But then when like the Regal worker walked in and walked by, I mean, you don't usually see him at first, and then they that got me.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, I forgot that you saw that in theaters.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Man.
Very special.
Yeah. Well, there's DC. There's Clayface.
What's
Going
next?
pretty good. Well, we had do you want to do Miami Vice talk?
Yeah,
I'm just excited to do Miami Vice talk.
Yeah. I know we mentioned it before.
Goodness gracious.
But it was a lot more loose when we said it.
Yeah, we don't have a solid look at everything to expect in 2028. We're still living in the moment. We're enjoying everything that's happening now. I can't tell you how excited I am for this movie. I mean, this might be my most anticipated post 2026 27 stretch thing that's coming out. Everything about this is just getting me excited. Unfortunately, Joseph Kosinski will not be returning to Top Gun. However,
confirmed now.
Yes, totally confirmed he won't be directing Top Gun 3 for all the best reasons, because he's focused on Miami Vice. I mean, if you're going to do anything, this is kind of like the cinematographer for Batman leaving to do the Beatles movies, where it's like, all right, well, I'm bummed out about the Beatles, or I'm bummed out about Batman, but at least now I have a reason to go see the Beatles movies. They're going to look amazing. It's kind of a win-win. But yeah, could not be more excited, dude. I mean, this movie is just going to be a blast. Michael B. Jordan and Austin Butler are confirmed to be in this movie, the two stars.
This is all now official.
This movie's gonna look
official.
so good.
Yeah,
This movie's
it's gonna be
look
awesome.
so good, dude.
It is.
Like, I'm not even trying to get a clip out of this. I'm just so excited.
Dude, I pray that they announce the Tom Cruise thing, especially because of his connection with Kaczynski already.
Yeah, right.
It just makes sense to kind of go through it from there.
Right, dude. Yeah, I could see him or Brad Pitt because of F1.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
which
that
they're
part-
already working on the sequel too.
What would that be called? That's tricky, just because F1 is
F2.
F2.
Brand new F2.
Yeah. What would it be called? I feel like it would be like a Maverick situation. It would be like F1 hyphen
Yeah, what would be a cool name?
or colon and then
I don't
F1 F1er. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's the name of the other guy?
I was gonna say,
what's
what was
Damson
his-
Idris's character's name?
Oh.
Because it could be something like that.
You
I
know,
thought it
that
was
was one of
something
those.
cool.
That was one of those movies I was
pull
just
it
kind
up.
of soaking it in. I couldn't honestly tell you what his name was. This is.
Should we do a little live look?
We should. Riveting. This is a riveting podcast.
F1
cast. I'm on
movie
Letterboxd. Let's
cast.
see who can
Let's
get
see.
there first.
Let's see.
It was
Joshua Pierce. That's mid.
F1 Pierce. I'm good.
F1 Battlegrounds.
Oh, F1 Royale.
Oh.
I'm good.
F1 Brad Pitt's back again.
I just don't know what you would call it.
Yeah, I don't know what you do.
But well,
I don't think.
Anyway,
I don't think.
Miami Vice.
I think it's like Knives Out, where the first one's Knives Out, and then it's I'm blanking on even Glass Onion, a Knives Out movie. It's almost like
would you do
an F1 movie.
An F1 story or something.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Do you think it deserves that?
No.
No.
That's a movie. I don't even understand why you're doing a sequel. Am I
No.
delusional? That seems stupid.
How many different stories could you tell?
Well, it's like the movie was good, but that felt like a very clear cut
Yeah.
start and end of a story.
The spectacle was more just the sport. It wasn't the characters.
No,
I was not
right. It
invested
was
in
the
the characters,
visuals and Joseph Kaczynski just making that cool. But it's almost
Right.
like the Avatar thing. Like it's cool a couple times, but if you just keep doing it with the same story, it's kind of
Unless you did like the movie was like like a prequel where it was like the story of
Oh,
he
don't do
kind
a
of got into
prequel.
his
I'm sick of a
accident that took him
prequel.
out.
I'm sick of it. You know what? Actually, I will say, Ben told us the oceans stuff is something we need to check out.
I have to check that
I
out.
was
I know,
hating
I've
on it
been
last
slacking.
week, so
I've been slacking hard on an ocean.
that's on me.
Yeah,
That's
I
on
gotta
me. Maybe I'll reserve
better.
my judgment.
Sure.
I feel
Well,
like
you have to.
lately, the last couple of weeks, I've been very critical on this podcast, so I'm sorry. I'll try
No, it's okay.
I'll try to
No,
wind
no,
that
you
back.
haven't. No,
I have a little
we've
bit.
been excited because of
All
all the
right.
shows and everything.
Okay,
We're
all
good.
right. You know, yeah.
But is that Electric Transmissions? I think that's it. Miami Vice, very excited.
Yeah, that's it.
What was the other one? Clayface, very excited.
Yes.
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling.
right
Absolutely.
into a he review.
Is it time already?
It is.
I have
so.
to think about what my review. It's been a hot second since we've given like a.
Here's what I'd
review
like for
here,
this.
a rating.
For people that are about to get ready to skip, I'd like to talk for a little bit non-spoiler. Mm-hmm. And it's not really. I mean, it's what it is, but also I don't want to give on too much of the flow of it, so that people can get to experience it themselves. Do you know what I'm trying
At
to
the
say?
start, you're saying when we first start talking about it?
just so we can try and keep it so that when they go, there's things that just kind of keeps it. So you're like, oh, this is not something I just heard.
You're saying in
detailed for me.
general, even in spoiler talk, you don't want to divulge.
No,
certain
we can
things.
talk in spoilers a little
Okay.
bit more.
Okay.
Specifically,
Yeah.
we'll shift it. It won't be
Oh, yeah.
spoilers, but it'll be more specific.
Yeah, we'll be
about
as
the story.
vague as possible.
I mean,
I mean,
again, it's a biopic, so
That's the catch.
it's not really like
Whatever
that.
we're
But you know,
spoiling,
anyway.
you know, we can talk about Michael's life without
Yeah, of course,
spoiling
of course.
because you know what happens.
Right. Yes.
They don't. I mean, it's true to his life.
But there's ways you can talk about how the movie's constructed
Sure.
without it, but also other things that you can do to specifically say, like, they left this out or didn't, that I
Yeah.
feel like could be a quote-unquote spoiler.
Yes.
Anyway.
So we'll be careful.
Yeah.
I'll let
We'll
you lead
dance
the
the
way on
line.
that because
Yes.
I tend to accidentally spill stuff.
You ready
before
for a
do.
review?
I am. I got to come up with my rating.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a number that's in my head that I can't get out, so I'm gonna just roll with it,
All right, you ready?
whether it's my rating or not. I can't. I just whenever I think of Michael, this is the number I come
Okay.
to. Our rating of Michael. 3, 2, 1.
8.
I had 8.2.
8.2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
We're
it's
right there.
not what
We're
people
right
are
there.
saying it is.
No, people got it
No.
wrong. I'm sorry.
Get that immediately out.
I
of
don't
the
know
way.
what we're talking
It's
about.
not a bad movie.
Yeah.
No,
It was. I had, dare I say, one of the most fun movies I've seen recently. I had such a good time. Maybe the movie's not necessarily fun, but my experience of it, I had so much fun in that theater.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
If nothing more, aside from everything else, going to see it in a theater and seeing what you're seeing, which was an incredible performance from Jafar Jackson.
Unbelievable.
Like the look, the sound, every single bit was covered to a T. The recreation of sets that they use for music videos, the recreation of everything. Like if you go back and watch videos, which I did this morning, to see all the different moments, they do them like
Perfect.
it is immaculate. Everything like that. But even if nothing more, just getting to experience those songs in a very loud environment, it was so awesome. I was sitting there, we're bobbing our head and going with it. I mean, just getting to hear Beat It and all the ones you love just right up on the screen was so much fun.
Yeah. A lot of people I see are maligning this movie. I'll say this. A lot of people are maligning this movie because they don't cover the more controversial parts of his life in the latter part. And I'll only say this as a semi-spoiler because it was already confirmed by the people in the promotion process. They're hopeful to make a part 2 covering the back half of his life. But originally this movie danced around quite a lot of like production stuff because they were going to dive into like the controversy with some of the allegations that were put forth about Michael around Neverland and stuff like that in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it had to get scrapped entirely because I guess there were some clauses in some of the accusers, whatever, when they settled things where they said, I don't want to be adapted in any form of entertainment. I don't want to be in a movie. I don't want to be in a documentary. I don't want to be in a show. I don't want to be in nothing. No book, no nothing. I don't want my name or likeness in any of this. And so they had to kind of dance around certain things because otherwise you would just kind of have to like fictionalize the events of his life, true or not. And so a lot of people seem to be coming after Michael the movie because the movie takes a more glamorous look at the pop star rather than the person. Mm-hmm. And my main pushback to that would be Michael Jackson was notoriously a famous figure that changed pop music. And part of the draw when Michael Jackson was alive was that he spent his entire life in this scene. There was never a point in Michael Jackson, the man's life, when he wasn't being pulled in one direction or another by somebody who wanted to use him for their own personal gain. Like it was always, Michael's got to come here because I want him to tour. Michael's got to come here because I want him to promote my thing. Michael's got to come here because I want him to do this interview. Michael's got to come here because we're having this award show. Michael Jackson didn't live a day of his life where he had any say over anything that was going on. Mm-hmm. He was entirely a victim of the system. And there was not much humanity in Michael the man that he as a person ever really got to explore before his death. And so I take issue with a lot of people's complaints about this movie because people say that the movie moves and it moves and it moves, and this movie moves so fast through the events of his life. Mm-hmm. He's a kid and suddenly he's a teenager and suddenly he's a grown adult and he's doing his thing. Mm-hmm. And people, I see a lot of complaints about how fast it moves, completely unjustified by what people say is like a lack of weight to the story. People say there's not enough humanity in Michael. You don't really understand the people. It's not overly deep. People say it kind of plays it too close to the vest with a lot of the biopic stereotypes that are so common with the genre now. The problem is I don't think they could have done it any differently. I mean, if the guy never had any humanity to begin with, you can't make him more human to tell a dramatized version of his life. Mm-hmm. Unless you want to just go off the beaten path. Like, if you want to tell a true-to-form biopic about Michael Jackson, you have to really show that he was used as an animal his entire life for show business. And that's what this movie is. In that vein, Jafar Jackson completely knocked it out of the park. I think Jafar Jackson, this is the cool thing, because a lot of people were skeptical. How's the nephew of Michael Jackson with barely any acting experience, barely any show biz experience, how is he going to handle this, the most significant pop culture icon in history? How is he going to handle
this? Which, by the way, has never had any acting experience before this.
It's unbelievable. He jumps in. There were points, and this is not a spoiler, this is just a statement. There were points where I was sitting there, and I'm watching Jafar Jackson move around, and I was like, you cannot tell me that's not Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. Like, there were points where he would spin, or he would like move, he would quick look up or something, or he would like hit a high note and jerk his head to the left or right, and I was like, that's Michael Jackson. Like, I swear that's Michael Jackson. I swear they did something.
The mannerisms he got down like that.
You know in Man of Steel when they say there's that one part where Henry Cavill's like flying up into the world engine and his face is kind of rippling, and people are like, I swear there's a moment where he turns into Christopher Reeve. You know how people say that? That's what was happening. Like, there was a point where he was so close to Michael physically that I was like, I swear this is Michael Jackson. And that has never happened in a biopic. Austin Butler put on a heck of a performance as Elvis, to the point where he deserved an award if he had won one. But he didn't look like him. He sounded like him. He acted like him. He didn't look really like Elvis enough. More than most people that could have played him, but he didn't look like Elvis. Jafar Jackson transforms into Elvis.
Whoa! That's the spoiler! Whoa!
Jafar Jackson.
You didn't even warn the people.
Jafar Jackson transforms into Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He's really
You
remarkable.
could not have made him more perfect.
Yes.
It was unreal.
But like, by that, I don't even just mean the performances, because because any person... Any person brought on to like become Michael Jackson could probably, after 2 years of training, learn the kicks and the moonwalks and the this and the that.
Yeah.
Like, you could probably get pretty close physically. I'm talking the voice. I'm talking the eyes. I'm talking the little like facial twitches.
Yes.
The timid, how he would kind of like keep his shoulders like tight and back.
Every mannerism.
Everything he got. He got absolutely everything. And not just Jafar Jackson. I don't know his name. I want to commend the kid that plays Michael Jackson as a boy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Like, one of the best child actors I think I've ever seen in my life. It was crazy.
So crazy.
It was crazy.
The whole movie had, phenomenal acting.
So,
yeah.
That to say, and I don't want to interrupt what you were about to say here, but all that to say, like, when the problem people take with Michael is that it wasn't an overly deep movie, I would push back on that, and I would just say, well, unfortunately, Michael's life wasn't that deep. From like the moment the Jackson 5 burst into stardom, Michael Jackson, the man, was put in a position where he had like no say about just about anything. He never had a childhood. He talks about how he never had holidays. He never had birthdays. He was just getting pulled around every which way. And then he fought a legal battle in real life with his dad to try and pull away from that and have a solo career. And then from there, he just got, and there were doctors, and there were this, and there were that, there were fans, and there was controversy, and he died a figure of controversy and a like a victim of his own success. And
I am a victim of my own success.
and so I like can't dog the movie. I can't dock points for not being the most deep biopic when Michael Jackson, the man, lived a very shallow life. Like, controversy is controversy. Michael Jackson, the man, like, had nothing going on but show business. And so, like, you can't go deeper than that. Like, just objectively, there's nothing else to tell. You know what I mean?
I'd push back a little bit. I think there is more deep things you can tell. I think this is a very simple and one path story. We're going, like you said, I totally agree with what you're saying, that it's exactly just, we're talking about the entertainer and pop icon that is Michael Jackson. How did he go from being this kid singer to the stardom he reached, right? Just in terms of that.
Yeah.
And I think that is the story to tell here. So I agree with you. I think people are complaining about that in a wrong way. I get if you felt like there was more to be had that could be said. Tying in every other problem he's had in his life, maybe.
Sure.
I'm sure there had to have been other deeper things going on. I don't know the lore as much, so maybe I guess I can't fully correct you there. But I do feel like there has to have been, knowing some of the things I do know, there has to have been other stuff, at least throughout, sprinkled in, of things that would for sure tie in, that could have maybe give a little bit more depth to his character and kind of know what makes him tick more than just understanding, all right, he's got some little bit of aspect of love and humanity for kind of like the underserved person. We see that.
Sure.
We see that, and we see his love for show. That's about it. There had to have been more. However,
Of course.
for the sake of this movie, I think this is a great direction that they took. I totally agree with you. I think they exactly needed to pursue showing the entertainer side of this, especially if you're doing a part 2 where you can almost make that more the tragedy of Michael Jackson and this being the uprise of this is how crazy this guy was. I mean, again, people getting so mad about not seeing all these little things. Right, like the thing he's known for is not just that he was a tragic character. The thing he's known for is being literally like one of the most famous people ever.
Yes.
Because of being this big Uber icon.
Sure.
Like, that's the story that's being told.
Yes, and let me amend my thing. Like, to me, like, that's the tragedy, though. Like, even in the high points of his life, like, to me, like, when he's performing, I don't want to say it no spoilers yet. When in his individual performances, when Michael is at, like, the height of his career, even that feels tragic because he has worked hard to get himself there, but, like, every bit of success is kind of built off the back of it's built upon like a foundation that he didn't get to lay for himself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like even like his successes are like he never had a say, you know what I mean? So
But
to
he
me,
does,
it felt
though.
like,
That's the whole way he
trying
gets
to
his
figure it
solo tour at the end there.
well, that was like the first time he takes matters into his own hands.
Yeah.
But like up until then,
So you like ride it high, though. It's kind of showing that this is his thing, that he's always been in this spot. But look at him. He just prevailed, and now he is on top of the world
sure.
when we get to the end.
Sure. To me, it's like a bittersweet thing though, because like even like that, like it's the thing you think about, like all the things that have to happen to get you to the point you're at. Like if one thing doesn't go a certain way, Michael Jackson isn't there announcing his solo tour and breaking away from the Jacksons. Like it almost makes it tragic, even though it's a big win for Michael, because you're like, I just wonder, like he never had that choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his dad was like, we're gonna take this thing to the top. You know what I mean? And so it almost instills in him this like need to be perfect, he says. And in real life, he's said this, documented it. You know, it's been well documented that Michael Jackson had like a standard for himself that was nothing less than perfection, and it was because his dad told him, "I'm gonna beat the perfection out of you." Again, like you said, that's a really great angle to maybe dive deeper on if you want it to be more emotional. But again, so much of Michael's life is just the stage performer. That again, it's like
Which I'm fine with. That was the story being told.
Exactly. So when the movie plays off like a greatest hits, it's like you can't dock the movie for that. That's what his life was. Like it was just a guy moving around. Like every performance was greater than the last.
Yes. To be clear, though, I understand if people wish it was something else.
Sure.
I understand it.
Sure.
Didn't bother me at all.
No.
And I thought it was great.
Yeah. You could have taken multiple angles, but again, I have no doubt.
Let's highlight it in the, I don't want to say best possible light, but like let's focus on all the good.
Yeah, because the second half, whenever the sequel comes out, it's heavy. Like there's not much good.
Yeah.
There's really not that much good.
Yes.
And so I mean, this is the time to do it. I mean, people are talking like his life ended there. It didn't. Do we want to go into spoiler talk?
Yeah. Yeah, let's
because
do that.
I feel like that's like a big thing.
We'll talk a little bit more for spoiler. Yeah.
How'd you feel about the timeline? Because they chop up his life. It's not...
I didn't realize that going in. Did you?
I heard about it.
Okay, I did not know that. Yeah, we were getting close to the end, and I was thinking to myself, are we really going to just speedrun the end here? I think that's kind of tacky.
Right.
I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they cut it where they did. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And I think exactly to your point of, since that's the story we're telling, perfect cutoff. Thought the timeline was immaculate for what we're doing.
Awesome.
That's why it worked for me, because of when they cut it. Again, like you said, I mean, I think you told me this, but they cut it pretty much right before a lot of the allegations and things come out and things kind of spiral a little bit. So you really only see the peak through when Bad releases.
Yeah.
Right? Like around 1989 was when they finish it, I think.
Like Bad isn't like... like that concert wasn't like the last day before something bad happened to him, but it's like that was like the best his life was probably going to get before he just kind of was like coasting on that high and then it went back down. And you're not going to spend 20 minutes of just him on a high. So you kind of have to end it right when he's at his peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ends of him doing that famous live performance of Bad, and it's unbelievable.
Right.
It's so
Do you know what
good.
I learned this morning?
What's
Which
that?
is crazy? His last concert performance ever. Madison Square Garden, September 10th, 2001. Isn't that bizarre?
September 10th, 2001?
Yes.
New York City, the day before 9/11?
Yeah, the night before.
His last performance ever?
Ever.
Oh, right, because he ended... Oh.
Isn't that crazy? His last actual concert performance ever. I heard he did little small events afterward, like where it was like with other creators, just for like something to be like awareness things and whatever. But that was
right,
his
because
last
he was
full-on
going to
thing.
do the return tour, right? And
Yes.
then he was like practicing,
In 2010,
and then he died.
Yep.
Oh.
Crazy, right?
Oh, interesting. Wow.
Isn't that wild?
That's weird.
Doesn't that feel like... I know that doesn't mean anything, but doesn't it feel like it should mean something?
That's really weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like he was in the same... Anyway.
That's like the type of thing you think about, like the day like the Pearl Harbor attack happened, like that morning, like it was just like a chill morning.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it was on
Right.
fire.
Everybody
like, that
else...
type of stuff is always weird to me. It's like
yes,
an out-of-body
everybody
thing.
else would have been freaking out that they just got to go to that concert the night before.
Yeah.
And then immediately the
That's
next
kind
day.
of sad, dude.
It's
That's heavy.
awful.
Like you think, like they were probably, yeah.
The reason I stumbled on it is I saw somebody actually say, they said the reason why their life might have been saved is because they ended up calling out of work the next day because they went to
exhausted
Michael.
from Michael. That's trippy.
Isn't that weird?
That's
a weird
haunting.
thing
That's
to see.
weird, dude.
Yeah, it made me feel
Wow.
really uncomfortable.
Huh. That's wild. It's always weird because we're New Yorkers, so it's kind of like...
Well, yeah, and I don't know if this hits for you ever, but thinking about Michael, thinking about things like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to like fully appreciate those things. Like you and I weren't alive to see the prime of Michael Jackson.
I
right?
remember growing up,
Things-
like, knowing of him, but he was always...
Yes.
By that point, he was kind of
Things
weird.
like Michael Jackson to me like transcend time almost.
Yeah.
I kind of almost never place him in a period. He just kind of was, you know?
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
knew it wasn't recent for me,
Yeah.
but like I knew it was like a chunk of time.
Sure.
And it's just weird to see that like life still goes on in the midst of stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's a weird thought when I am piecing together, oh, in 1989 he's here, in 1993 he's at the Super Bowl, in 2001 like he's right in New York City there. It's just like life happens and all
Like,
these
you don't
things
make that
you
connection
know.
where it's like
Events and entertainment still happen just the same, you know? It's almost like I separate the world into two different things. Do you ever do
sure,
that?
where it's like Iron Man was out and Michael Jackson was walking around.
Yes.
Kinda. Yeah.
Like do you ever think about that? You think about, oh, when Joe Montana was playing, and then you're thinking, oh, well, that was when, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
crazy stuff was happening.
That is trippy.
It's
That's
weird
trippy.
to like piece them together.
Yeah, yeah. You almost feel like you've like reached a part of like brain activity that you're not supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to have access to it. Yeah. yeah.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, yeah. With the Michael stuff, the big focus of the movie is his relationship with his dad, breaking away from his father and his toxic
Yes.
relationship with him. How his dad was basically just exploiting all of the Jackson boys for cash and for fame, and he wanted all the credit, regardless of their success. It's all because of me. And it was like a big manipulative, scheme from him. Even when Michael tried to break off and Thriller came out and Off the Wall came out, he was still trying to like take credit for it. He would show up at shows and be like, "Oh, that's my boy," and this and that, and like try and make a big scene. And yeah, what do you think? Was that? I mean, that was the depth of the movie. That was the heart of it.
That was the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought it was a good story.
I thought it was enough.
Yeah.
Like people said there was no depth to the film at all, and I walked in and I was like, "This is heavy."
And again,
dude.
if you're showing it as almost like a triumph story, it works great.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
have him pitted against his dad, and that's finally then he still loves his family. He does the thing for them, but he still then at the end he triumphs, and then he's on the top of the world by himself.
I loved that the whole movie Michael was talking about how I'm going to ultimately have this confrontation with my dad where I tell him that he has no power over me anymore. And when it happens, I'm going to look him right in the eye and tell him so. And I loved that the actual moment it happened on stage where his dad couldn't touch him. Because for his whole life, Michael took the abuse from his dad and kind of, without any say of his own, even as a grown adult, just went wherever his dad was pulling the strings. And so for his dad to be forced to stand off stage and look Michael in the eye and have Michael say, "This is the last time I'm doing this," and almost for his dad to be punished with the reality that like this world that I established for my son has grown so significantly that it overpowers me. Like that was like really great, and it was the best way he could have humbled him. I think it was, and again, like any other way they could have done it would have been fictional at that point. So I'm glad that actually Like, if that actually happened in real life, that's amazing.
Yes, and can I add with that too?
Yeah.
The thing that's so good about that is his whole life, he's been the vulnerable one, and his dad's always above him.
Yeah.
That's the one spot where Michael is the most confident. It's where he's above his dad, and his dad's the one that's vulnerable.
Yeah.
So it's like he's the one in power now.
He's on stage and he's like,
yes,
look,
because
look
when
at all
he's
this.
when he's on stage, it's the time he's confident and he's in his bag.
Yeah.
Whereas when he's at home, it's when he's kind of more reserved, shy.
Yep.
It's just not going to go down.
Yeah. And just to be able to look at his
Awesome.
dad and say, look at all this. You know how you keep saying you created it, I'm in charge now,
Yeah.
buddy. And then to just walk off. I
Yeah.
thought that was great. Yeah. I thought that was awesome. And it's such a cool power move, such a great climactic moment that leads right into the bad performance at the end. And it's just so spectacular. It's very, very well done. I loved the one shot of him behind the glasses. Do you remember that? Where it was kind of him backstage, and it was
So
right,
good.
right before the performance began, and it shows him kind of like breathing heavy. It shows his eyes like behind the glasses, because that was always a big thing. Is Michael never took his glasses off. Like I remember at an award show, there's like video of him being like, you know, you want me to take my glasses off, and everyone just went nuts because nobody had seen his eyes in ages, and so
That's
it's
good.
it's cool to give that like perspective, and I would love to dive into like the specific kind of perspective we get into his life. At some point, because I was so fascinated by the angle this biopic took. It's much more thoughtful and intentional than I think a lot of people are giving it credit for. People saying it's just kind of a paint by the numbers biopic. I disagree wholeheartedly. But yeah,
How cool was that transition, dude? The one they do where he's on stage and he's leaving, and then they cut it into him right after he does that, where he announces he's done with the family, and then they bring it into his first official performance. It's like
comes up
a
and you see
direct
the hair.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
oh,
it's like
it's awesome.
it's seamless. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even see the transition
I know.
happen, and you're like, oh my gosh, that
I
just
know.
happened. It was
I know.
really good.
I know.
Visually, this movie's is crazy.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing.
Crazy.
It was amazing.
I
who did the
loved it.
cinematography? Do we know? Was
I
it,
don't know.
It felt very Greg Fraser-esque, but yeah, just
Let me look that up.
phenomenal. Yeah, please do.
Dion Beebe. I don't
Okay.
know.
Has he done
Work
some
on
other?
Chicago? Memoirs of Geisha. I don't know what that
So this is like his biggest thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
Anyway,
amazing props.
big Dion Beebe guys.
Yeah, nuts. I love the use of slow motion. I love this and that. I mean, the one part I thought the movie would have benefited more from slow motion is the first moonwalk.
I totally agree.
When he does the moonwalk, I thought it should have been type of remember in Elvis when Elvis reaches down in the beginning when he's at like the hoedown and he's giving his first performance and it's the first time the world is
Yep.
exposed to Elvis.
Yep.
When he leans down and it's that it's that wide shot of him reaching out and the fans reaching out and his parents in the crowd like what have we created? Like that is the type of thing I would have loved because that changed the world. The moonwalk changed the world. Mm-hmm. It was like an accidental move by Michael because Michael like thought that the performance he was flopping at the time, and he said like I thought that would just be like a way to inject some life into the performance, and like he totally didn't even like think of that up, like just all the things that led up to that. Like I would have loved more build up because evidently the crowd, the world went nuts. Evidently like. He got off stage, thought that he messed it up, went to bed, woke up, and the world could not stop talking about the moonwalk.
Right.
It like altered pop culture.
Yes.
So like it would have been cool to kind of make that more of a show-stopping. The world just pressed pause on everything because he just did the moonwalk.
Yes.
I feel like it deserved more of a nod. It's still an amazing moment. Jafar Jackson captures it frame for frame. Like
Yeah.
he breathed at the same points that Michael Jackson breathed. Like it's nuts. He did everything.
Taking a step, dude. The when they do Thriller,
Yeah.
the whole dance.
Oh.
Put up a 1-to-1 of that.
Yeah, I've seen some.
Unreal.
It's crazy.
Even like the little shaking movements,
Oh,
like
it's
it's
nuts, dude.
crazy.
It's crazy.
He looks identical. Like the way they use like the old school prosthetics and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
to be able to do that, dude. Holy cow!
Yeah, right. Just wild, dude. And props to the background.
Yeah.
You know, I was getting a kick out of what was it when he was doing Beat It. When he was doing
Yeah.
Beat It with how it was inspired by like the gang wars between
Yeah.
the Bloods and the Crips at the time, and he thought like, why don't we get these people together and do a video to kind of show
that
we can
real?
have unity? Yeah, that was real. It was
Really?
like real like gang members that were kind of like he had real people, and it was like a big thing because everyone was like, dude, you're gonna get killed, and
That's
he was like, no,
crazy.
we gotta like unite people, and so that was like a legit thing. But I loved some of the actors like in the thing, like just kind of like some of the calls.
Yeah.
What were they saying? Because it was just kind of like it was very. That was the one point where I was like, this is a little campy.
Yes.
But it was so funny. They were just having like a dance off, and the guys were in the back. It felt like Camp Rock a little.
Yes,
bit. The
they're
guys
like,
were in the background.
okay, that's valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's no joke. That's how it was going, and it was kind of funny. But very well done. I loved the human nature sequence was amazing, and the pauses.
Why
reaching out, and it stops the whole show, and then the crowd's going nuts, and then he pulls it back in.
Yes.
Oh, it's so great.
And they're just chanting his name in the back. Something that did distract me a little bit, and I'm curious if you noticed this too.
Okay.
But they do such a good job of making you feel the environment that he's in.
Yes.
But every concert he's at, the people that are all there to watch him all look just like you and me right now. Like, it's very modern.
Oh,
like, it just seems like they got a bunch of people to come in as, like, side actors, and they were like, all right, just show up. Like, everyone was wearing regular modern clothes, same hairdos from, like, today. Like, every time I looked at it, it looked like a concert from Coldplay today. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like a 2024 Name Your Coldplay concert. That's what I took it as. Maybe I was not picking up everything, but that's how it looked to me. And I just kept thinking to myself, I was like, wow, that really does not look like it's shot in 1987 or something.
I didn't really pick up on that, but I can see why it would have been distracting.
It felt
I think
a
I
little
was just
distracting.
Kind of, like, taken by Jafar.
Yeah, no, totally.
And I'm not saying you weren't. I was like, I think I was.
Are you even a real fan, man? You weren't even in on it.
No. I can see why some moron like you would be distracted by the crowd.
I will to take it to go to what you were just saying though. This is how good of a performance it is that I felt actual FOMO, fear of missing out, on not being able to be there for when this happened. Like, dude, I can't believe you and I weren't alive to be able to witness, like, the prime of Michael Jackson. Like, I can't believe it. It must have been so incredible.
You know, yeah, I totally agree. You know, like when you're at a concert for an artist you love and they come out on stage, it's this weird sensation. You almost feel your heart being, like, pulled towards them.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's this person that you, from a million miles away, have invested your time and your emotions and your mental space into, and then suddenly they're there. And you're like, I feel drawn to this person because I feel like a familiarity that finally is rectified by the fact that they're right in front of me.
Yes.
That's how this felt. Like, it was very odd. Like you said, it was an out-of-body experience where for the first time in our lives, as younger people who weren't around to appreciate Michael, even though we were alive when he was alive, we weren't around to appreciate him.
I just mean the prime.
I feel like you spend your whole life listening to his music and revering him as an artist and for his contributions to pop culture, and then he's there because Jafar Jackson has resurrected him before your eyes. And during the Human Nature performance, I felt my heart being, like, pulled towards him.
Yes,
like I was like, it's him.
It's
Michael Jackson.
It goes from legend to very, very real.
Yes,
and it's so cool.
Yes, and I commend the movie for doing that because Elvis was amazing. Bohemian Rhapsody, people complain. It was a good movie. Rocket Man, great movie. Kind of sensationalized Elton John's life, but it was a great movie nonetheless. You talk about, like, Walk the Line and a couple different biopics. This is the first time where I feel like they really totally encapsulated the craze behind the artist. Like
that's a great point.
Like the fan sentiment.
I totally agree. Yes.
Like the fan
why
sentiment.
This guy really was the big deal he is.
Yeah, what he
and
made
showing
people
that.
feel. What he made people feel. Yes. He walks into a room and we're just going to put things on pause until he walks back out because that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
He's in this toy store right now. We're not. You think my kid's walking out without a signature? No.
Right.
We will cancel the birthday party.
He's with the gangs. And they all, I mean, he's got the voice he does and everything. They don't care.
No, it's Michael.
It's Michael.
They go, it's Michael.
Guys,
and then they put their guns back.
Come. Yeah.
It's nuts, dude. It's crazy. But that's how it was. And, like, what a cool thing to, like, be able to
because
recycle.
Today, I would say, would you agree with me? I'm not talking in terms of like, the type of performance.
Sure.
But in terms of the scale, I'd say Taylor Swift is probably the closest we have to that.
At the moment, probably, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Like media stops.
And I
to
still don't think it's even sniffing what he was doing.
It's not.
I just can't imagine it.
No.
I can't imagine it.
Not even Bieber. I mean, Bieber was crazy. People were crazy for him, but it was a niche group of people. It was
yes.
Young
he feels
women.
like the Shawshank Redemption of like singers because it's just there's something for everybody to like in it. You know, you just can't help but, like, feel something when you listen to his music.
He had a grip on every corner of the world, and like again, you said it: kids, gang members, women,
you name
especially
it.
Like everybody had a reason to love Michael, and gosh, dude, just crazy to reignite that feeling in people. You know, a biopic can so easily just be a 2-hour educational experience on who this person was and the life they lived. And you can watch it and you can see all their life unfold and you could feel nothing because you were just being told who this person was. To actually feel what this person made people feel, that's a whole other ballgame, dude, and they did it. And that is crazy, and that deserves way more commending than it's receiving.
He deserves a ton. He needs a lot of awards for this, man. I'm sorry. I heard from, I don't know if you saw this, he was just on Jimmy Fallon the other day.
I saw, but I didn't watch it.
Yes, and he said basically that they made him do 2 years of dancing prep for this movie.
I believe it.
Before officially casting him.
Oh, really?
Isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
He had to do that much work. They said basically, like, we would love for you to be our guy, but, like, we can't officially make this happen until you show us you can.
Have, like, a base level.
And then he got 2 years down under his belt of doing it, and they said, all right, we're going to officially make it happen. And then they went into production on it.
Wow, dude. That is crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, you see it. You
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts, isn't it?
He became his uncle. Just really nuts, dude.
Yep. Who's he? Is he Tito's?
Tito's kid?
I think he's Tito's, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
I think so. I
don't know. That's still weird, though. Doesn't that feel like that should be a little more separated than it is?
A little. Yeah. Yes. Again, it's a lot of weird out-of-body things. You don't realize
it feels like it should be more like a grandparent or something.
Yeah, you don't realize how close he is.
Yes.
His uncle was...
He's directly...
I think about my uncle. My uncle lives up the road. Like, his uncle's Michael Jackson? That's wild.
Uh-huh.
That is wild.
Yep.
Huh.
Crazy.
It's like Robin Williams' daughter her name is Zelda because they grew up playing like Legend of Zelda together, and like she just like plays video games and she's online and I think she's like does some like writing and stuff, but like just Robin Williams' daughter is just a gamer.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
Right.
You don't
There's a
connect those
disconnect.
things. Yes, yeah, exactly.
Would you ever name your kid after something you love? Like, would you ever name him Christian McCaffrey Kondracki?
I'm sure Sage would love that. I'm sure she would be head over heels. I'm sure she would be head over heels. I would dabble in like a middle name, maybe.
Okay.
We have a thing where like my dad's middle name is Matthew, my middle name's Matthew. So like if we have a son, his middle name's probably going to be Matthew. Like there's a lot of like kind of just like what do they call that? A lot of just like patterns throughout like over the generations that you kind of just like are like, all right, well, I guess this is just happening. This is what we're doing. That's interesting. I'm sure there is something. Quentin Tarantino Kondracki.
Oh, James. Gun.
My son might be named a lot of things. It ain't gonna be James. It ain't gonna be James. But
it's my middle name. James.
Josh James?
Yeah, it was after James Gunn.
No kidding.
Back then.
No kidding. All the way back then.
True story.
Dad just knew.
He knew.
He just knew.
It was James Gunn.
What a guy. Wow. Wow, that is special. But I would say, in closing, and I would love to hear your closing thoughts on Michael. In closing, I would say, have you ever seen Lion King 1.5?
No.
No. Okay, it was like a direct to... So Lion King 1.5 was like a direct to DVD or VHS Lion King sequel that came out following the first one. And it starts out, you're in like a theater with Timon and Pumbaa and I believe Simba, but I think it's definitely Timon and Pumbaa. But they're going through the Lion King as a movie. It's like a fourth
Inception.
It's like a 4D thing. It's like a fourth dimension type.
Okay.
Fourth
wall break.
Fourth wall break. Yeah. The entire movie is just like a Deadpool type. He's aware of everything we're aware of. Like Timon and Pumbaa are watching the Lion King and they have a remote and they keep pausing into certain parts and they'll be like, let's tell this from our perspective. And it'll go through the scenes that you know from the Lion King, but it'll be from like a different angle. Rather than like the stampede happening, like you're watching Timon and Pumbaa like walking through the desert, and then Simba like stumbles across them. So it's like and he's been running from Scar. So it's like you get like all these like different perspectives of these events that you've come to know so well.
Yeah.
And I would say that to me that's what Michael is. Michael is the Lion King 1.5 of biopics, where it's like based on the angle they took. Where it's like, we're going to take this artist and we're going to tell the greatest hits of their life. It's just as deep as that. We're not trying to avoid anything. We're not trying to dance around any details. We just love this guy and we want to tell the greatest hits. Because of that, it's like you have to be so careful that you're not just live action Beauty and the Beasting this thing where it's like everything is just a shot for shot remake of the original. Like you can't just recreate Jafar Jackson in Michael Jackson's shoes. You have to find new ways to kind of show these things happening in his life. And so the movie really shines when it's like, you know so well that his hair catches on fire during that Pepsi commercial. But it's cool seeing the build-up to that. Seeing what played into that. How if he didn't feel an obligation to his dad and his family, he would have never been there. And, if they hadn't done one more take, the pyrotechnics wouldn't have landed in his hair and caught it on fire. You see these different things. If you don't see him break away from his dad backstage and walk off after the Final Jacksons premiere, you don't feel the satisfaction of the bad performance. Like, and love the Beat It song and the music video and the themes about unity. But, like, if you don't see Michael Jackson... you know it so well. If you don't see Michael behind the scenes in this movie talking to the gangs about how, like, his intentions with it, he just wants to bring people together. Like, suddenly that whole music video has a new layer of emotion behind it, and you get to see it from a new perspective and appreciate it in a whole new way. Similar to Thriller, like, you get to see Michael talking to the cinematographer and pulling him aside and being like, "Hey, so just from my experience and my personal preference, I would love if we could pull this back and show the legs, because the legs are the whole deal." And then come to find out, like, worldly acclaim, people love the movement, in that dance. Historically, people go crazy for the leg movements in the Thriller dance. People are like, look what he's like, that, like, that's the whole draw. You get to see the little details that you don't have context with just watching these music videos or watching these clips about Michael Jackson, or even seeing him and letting it unfold when he was alive. You get to see all these behind the scenes stuff. You get to see everything from a new angle. I appreciate that Michael did that. Mm-hmm. If you're going to tell a greatest hits of somebody's life, the best thing that you could do is take everything we know and love about the person and just shift the perspective a little bit and just let us see things in a new way. Mm-hmm. And it's gone understated here and underappreciated and undervalued. I don't think it should. I mean, Michael was so in the spotlight that there's not many ways they could have really depicted his life better than this. Mm-hmm. I think, just to take everything we know and just shift a hair and see what happens. I just think that's great. And that's why I just...
That's a great point, dude.
I don't know.
I'm totally with you.
I had a blast with it.
I think that's a great way to sum that up. That was perfect.
I feel bad for people who didn't enjoy it as much as we did,
Yeah. On them, man. On them.
It is. It's a them problem.
I'm surprised, actually, too, dude, because a lot of the people we follow that are, like, some of the creators that we follow, and I saw them, they didn't have a ton of love for it.
I'll tell you who has. Cameron Kozak's been pushing hard for this.
Has he?
Yeah, he's been going nuts
for
it.
Yeah, we should get him on.
Well, hey.
You
never know.
Yeah.
You never know. But because he was at the premiere and he was like, I got to see this on the best screen. Like, I got to see this exactly the way it was made. You guys must have missed something.
Yes.
Because he was like, I enjoyed the heck out of this thing.
I don't want to say something too much about other people in the space.
Sure.
Some people accuse you and I of being too positive sometimes on this podcast.
Yeah, but they want a little more controversy.
They do want a little more. You think we're positive on stuff? Listen to like some of the other creators out there.
Oh my word.
Oh my goodness. They puff stuff up. Everything that's bad is a minimum of a 7 out of 10, basically.
Yeah.
Some of those people had this as a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, people hated it.
I can't believe that.
No.
6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. What in the world?
I think there's a little bit of a herd mentality in media that can die. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, not to be too extreme. I think that can, like, die out a little bit. Yeah. I think just because one person at the top doesn't have an opinion, it doesn't mean, like, we don't all have to jump on the hate train.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I honestly enjoy when we have different opinions than the public.
On the flip side, at the same time, if something does deserve hate, if somebody, likes it, it doesn't make their opinion any lesser,
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Unless it's like in The Last Jedi. In which case, that you deserve to be bullied.
I got nothing. I enjoyed that movie, dude. I like that movie, dude. I swear.
I know. Is it time?
We have a couple. We have a.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a couple.
My bad.
We have a new installment. We did it for Project Hail Mary. We would be remiss if we didn't do it here.
Yeah.
Second installment of Dis or Dat.
Dis or Dat.
Dis or Dat. We got a couple. I've assembled a list of 12 biopics, musical, some not, that I'm going to pin against Michael, and you have to tell me definitively, off the top of your head, you taking Michael, you taking this other thing, Dis or Dat?
Or Dat.
First up, Dis or Dat, Michael edition. We got Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere.
I'm taking Michael.
You're taking Michael?
Taking Michael.
It was kind of a
Get
snooze fest.
Springsteen out of here.
It was a bummer,
we're good.
I
We're
wanted
good.
so much more from that.
We're
but-
good.
Next up, we got this or that, Bohemian Rhapsody. Uh-oh.
Ooh, where would you go?
You know, it's tricky because Rami Malek's performance as Freddy is nuts.
Yes.
And that final Live Aid sequence is crazy. Crazy.
Yes.
It's so good.
Do you know what's... This might get me... I didn't see it in theaters, which is what's part of me selling that I don't know if it's recency bias. I kind of want to go with Michael.
Yeah, I think I'd go Michael, too.
Really? Okay.
No,
All right. I'm glad. I was nervous to say it because I thought a lot of people would get upset at that.
No.
I think the theater experience
They're both
is
a blast.
is
And they're-
huge.
you know what? They're very similar in the way they kind of play out. They're both very much greatest hits of
Right.
said artist.
Yep.
But I'd probably take Michael. I don't know. Michael's just a little bit easier to love, I think. Smashing Machine. This or that. Michael or Smashing Machine?
That was you could have listed a million movies, and that was the last one I would have guessed would have been next.
This or that. Michael or Smashing Machine?
Why Smashing Machine?
It's a biopic.
Oh, you're
What do you
right.
got?
You're right.
do
That's
you
so
got?
funny.
What do you got?
I don't know why. I just immediately started thinking about The Rock. I'm sorry. I'm taking Michael.
Michael,
Taking
you sure?
Michael. Yeah.
Last call.
That's you know what? Smashing Machine is the version of Michael is what Michael could have been. And hear me
That's
out.
what I'm glad Michael wasn't. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. They could have taken the route where they go
Oh,
ultra
like
to
a
the
bad
story,
way. Sure,
where
sure,
it's
sure.
like this is just what it was.
Yes.
And let's not make it a movie.
Yes.
Really, a movie. Let's just make it. This is what it was.
Yeah.
That's what Smashing Machine was.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they didn't do that because
the
it just
guy's
wasn't as
life-
entertaining.
What was the guy's name? Mark something. It was Mark.
Kerr?
Yeah, Mark Kerr. He overcomes so much, and like he's right now he's like totally fine. He's doing great, but the movie ends. He's just like he just gets out of rehab, and then he loses another match.
Yeah,
and it
that's
just
it.
ends.
Yes.
You just walk out. You and I were
Right.
depressed, dude.
Right. Whereas this is more designed around like there's a feeling with it. You
Yeah,
know,
dude.
I don't know. Anyway,
This or that. This or that. Michael or a complete unknown. The Timothy Chalamet Bob Dylan biopic. This or that.
Michael, give me Michael, man. Sure, no, I'm feeling pilled. Maybe I'm pilled.
You gotta do what you gotta do. This or that. Michael or Rocket Man. The Elton John biopic.
No, Michael. Man. I'm out on Rocket Man.
I will say that one scene in Rocket Man where he starts playing piano for Rocket Man, ironically, and he starts hovering, his feet kind of rise up, and the crowd just starts floating.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Is this? Yeah. I'll let you finish, and
No,
I'll say
no,
what I was going to
what
say.
are we gonna
No, you finish first.
All right.
I don't want to spoil the list.
This or that, Michael or Lincoln?
I'm taking Michael.
Are you taking Michael?
I'm
Lincoln's a
taking
good
Michael.
movie.
It is a good movie. It's just a little too boring for me.
Yeah.
Is that crazy? I'm sorry. It's great.
You know what's crazy? We're the first people in the world to compare the two.
That's a good point. We probably are. Probably are. I mean, Jafar Jackson, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hey,
It's close.
the performances are on the same
Hey,
level.
actually,
I'll tell you what.
know what? Yeah.
This or that, Michael or Ray? Jamie Foxx's Ray.
Oh, I actually haven't seen this.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. What? This or that, Michael or Ray? Did you like that? Little flip,
I did like
little
that.
flips.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
No.
I would I would say I might say Ray.
Really?
Yeah, I might say Ray.
Okay.
Ray's
Do I
pretty
need to
good.
check this out? Is
Yeah,
it that good?
Jamie Foxx is great.
Really?
Listen to some of Ray Charles' music and then play Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
great.
All right.
You gotta play Ray.
Okay.
You gotta play Ray.
You gotta play Ray.
Michael Jackson? Or I'm sorry. Let me reset. Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson? We said we were talking about Michael or Jackson.
this or that, Michael or Jackson?
Michael or Jackson.
This or that.
Michael or Tito? Who are you taking, Sam?
Who are you taking? Oh, I'd be hard pressed not to take
You gotta take Tito.
Gotta
All
go with my
about
boy
Tito.
Tito. This or that, Michael or Walk the Line?
Michael.
With Johnny Cash.
I'm going Michael.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Michael. You go walk the line.
I might go Walk the Line, dude.
Johnny Cash is awesome, though.
He's great. And Joaquin Phoenix plays a great Johnny
I
Cash.
know.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's all his voice, too. Johnny, wow, I'm not on top of it today. Joaquin, perfected his voice. It was amazing.
I'm just feeling pilled right now. You know that feeling?
Yeah, hey, stay pilled.
Stay
You gotta
pilled.
do what you gotta do.
Gotta stay pilled.
Speaking of staying pilled, Michael or Elvis?
Oh! Give me Michael.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'd take Elvis.
Really?
Why am I hating on Michael?
I don't
What's
think
wrong
you're
with you?
hating. I don't know why. I didn't enjoy Elvis as much as most people did.
You know?
No.
I liked it.
I liked it for
Yeah,
sure. I just
yeah,
didn't like it as much as most people.
I enjoyed the heck out of it. I don't know.
Okay.
And I wasn't like crazy about Elvis before.
Okay.
What song says?
Do you know what I was gonna say
Crazy
before?
About Elvis. Crazy about Elvis.
Do you know what I was gonna say before?
Is that Tom Petty?
Do you know what I was gonna say before?
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
I didn't want to spoil this. I think it's my favorite biopic I've seen.
Michael?
One of them.
Really?
It's up there.
Wow.
Is that crazy?
No.
I don't know if it's
Good
the
for
theater
you.
thing. Is it the theater rub? Maybe.
Well, I mean, hey, you know what? But if a movie was made for the theater experience, you got to do what you got to do. It was made for that.
Maybe it's not the best crafted. It's the most I've enjoyed a biopic.
It's the easiest to kind of
Sit through.
walk into.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
All right. Is that this or that?
No. All right, this or that.
What was that?
This or that. Michael or The Social Network?
Oh, The Social Network.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, The Social
is
Network
pretty
for
good one.
sure.
My favorite song.
For
What's your
sure.
favorite song from The Social Network?
Oh.
All right, this or that. Two more. Michael or Schindler's List?
Michael.
We're
No.
unraveling.
No. Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. You kind of have to.
Yeah. Imagine.
Kind of backed you into a corner there.
I'm taking Michael.
And then the creme de la creme.
Oh.
Michael or Oppenheimer?
Really? Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. Literally.
Pushing the boundaries here. Who's who?
Taking Oppenheimer.
Are you taking Oppenheimer?
Yeah, we're taking Oppenheimer for sure.
I made a joke earlier, and I was like kind of offended that you didn't laugh at it.
Oh, what would you say?
I said we were talking about staying pilled, and then I said, speaking of pills, Elvis.
That's funny. That's funny, dude. Every time we post these podcasts, always it's like
You message
I'll
me, and
listen
you're like,
to.
no, dude.
Dude, I realize all the times I missed a joke. It's so frustrating.
They
Because
always say
it's-
don't. If you have to repeat the joke, it's not funny. But I said that, and you didn't laugh, and I was like, I'm bringing this up.
You got to bring it back up.
Yeah.
Because it's all I'd laugh. Mm-hmm. I laugh at almost everything you say.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
it
this or
does
that.
bum me out though when that happens, man. That's just the worst.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Especially when it falls
Don't
flat.
you just feel like a
It's- you
doof
just,
noggin?
yeah,
It's
just a
happened to me a
loser.
couple times.
Yeah, it's just it. You're just
You know
like,
what it
come on.
is? It's also when you're talking about like current projects or whatever, you're trying to like in our heads we're trying to like formulate
Yes.
like, what am I going to say that's substantial
Right,
here and
right.
not just like good go see the movie, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh-huh.
And I
Something
feel like
insightful.
Like I'm not trying to glaze over your thoughts. Sometimes I'm just like I can't lose my thought before.
Yes, and
runs
it's always
away.
the transition ones because that's when the jokes would happen.
Yeah. But
Always.
that was this or that.
This or that.
Volume 2.
Oh.
There you go. Book closed.
Closed.
And with that,
On to another book that closed, which was Invincible Season 4.
well, we have a little. Do we want to?
Are you teasing me again? What the heck? What's next? What else do we have?
This or that, part 3. No,
Whoa!
we have Stranger Things: Tales of '85. Do we want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Fine.
I'm gonna make this very quick.
Go ahead.
The show ended. Been out ever since. I mean, I did not like the finale. I did, and then I slept on it, and then I woke back up, and I was like, man, that was awful. That was terrible.
So you did, and then you slept, and then you went, terrible.
Yeah. Woke up.
Sam's rating?
Tales of
I have not
85?
seen it.
Uh-oh.
Sam's rating of Stranger Things, Tales of 85.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
I'll give it a 7.8.
What?
Yeah, it was good.
You just said you didn't like it.
No, I didn't like the finale of Stranger Things 5.
Oh.
Yeah, like the show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, the show.
I'm
like,
sorry.
Stranger Things 5.
So my question for you is based on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really that, like, is it canon? Or is this kind of them, like, just taking these characters and, like, making it so...
I think canonically it takes place between 2 and 3.
But, like, actually?
I think so.
Does it fit?
Well, that's what's stupid. Is it you're kind of like, why are they not addressing this? Mm-hmm. Like, why are they not? They had the whole adventure in between that would have warranted another live action season, and we're just not going to talk about this.
So why'd you like it so much?
I liked it because it felt like where the show very strategically takes place within that pocket of the Stranger Things story where you still felt like the show was going to go on forever and the kids were going to be young forever, and you're just like loving the little innocent Goonies type adventures. You know what I mean? Like that's where the show takes place, and that's where Stranger Things was at its best. And it feels like they kind of relit that fire in Stranger Things that was so sorely missed from 5 because you felt like they were just a bunch of 30-year-olds in kid clothes. Like it felt like you were right back to watching this show in its prime in terms of like 80s nostalgia. It hits all the beats. It's got like a whole new score of 80s songs that they use. It's got great like synth backing. It's got everything that made the original show so great. and it just feels like it takes place within that pocket of the world where you just felt like it was never going to end.
Oh, nice.
And I just feel like
I'm surprised to hear that.
It was a fun watch. Like you know, I'd recommend it to anybody. It's not deep. It's not like a game changer, but it's just
fun.
It's if you didn't feel satisfied by the way the actual show ended, and you felt like you like didn't get your Stranger Things high, this is like a cute little way to kind of get that little sensation. You know what I mean? Like this is a nice innocent re-entry back into the show that like if you weren't satisfied by what you saw around New Year's, go see this and remember why you like the show in the first place. And
it's almost like what Maul's doing right now for us with Star Wars.
It's not going to fix everything, but it gets you back in, and you're like, you know what?
It doesn't leave you on the low. You kind of get to feel that.
Right, like Rise of Skywalker is still out there, but right now everything's okay, and that's all I need. Like that's kind of what this is.
Yep.
Like Stranger Things 5 is still out there, and Vecna died too quick, and you know everything just kind of ended in a rushed way. It feels like we didn't get our itch scratched, so to speak. However, I would say that this show kind of satisfies enough, and it kind of feels like a nice little treat.
Nice.
That the fans kind of deserved after feeling kind of underwhelmed by the way the actual show concluded. So
sweet.
Tales from '85.
Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah,
nice.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right.
TV talk. I'm ready. My body's ready.
I wanted to do the segue, but the last couple times I've tried, it's just fallen flat. So,
I keep screwing you over. I'm sorry.
So what are we moving into, I guess?
Why don't you run the show?
Invincible Season 4 just finished. It just wrapped.
Yeah.
Do we want to, because we've been doing episode to episode, I think it's rating time.
You think so?
Let's do a little rating. You ready?
I'd love to do a rating, and then can we speed run the rankings of the seasons, or are you not ready to do that?
Do we talk first and then rank them, or rank them?
I say just rank and then go into talk.
All right, we'll do this, and then we'll do our spoiler warning after. All right, ready?
Okay.
Wait, sorry. Let me start one more time. Ready? Mm-hmm. Our rating of Invincible Season 4. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I'll say 9-2.
I was going to say 9-3.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So good. We're in sync today.
We are.
Our ratings. We're like, well, at this right now.
How would you rank the seasons?
I would go, dude. This is misery to me.
Trying to do it? Trying to rank it?
Yes. What would you do? I honestly need help.
I'd go. Oh man. Well, let me say. I hold 4 in very high esteem. First season I've watched as it's unfolding. I've said this a couple times in the last couple weeks. Yes, first season. I mean, I watched Invincible for the first time a year and a half ago. So this is the first time I am watching the show as it's kind of coming out, and great experience. And I mean, definitely the first time I've been watching. Maybe it's because it's just happening. I'm watching it the day it comes out. More hands on my head moments than I've ever had watching this show.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
I would say 2, 3, 4, 1.
Interesting. Okay.
But you could make an argument for 3 being the second one. But what would you say?
Invincible seasons are so tough because I think it's clearly 2 is there. But honestly, I could put 3, 1, or 4 as my 1, 2, or 3 and kind of flip them in different orders and really make it easily convince myself of that too.
Yeah.
Honestly,
What's speaking to you
all
right
3
now?
of them are so good. What's speaking to me is saying 1, 3, 4, 2 from the top.
1, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so similar. Yeah, so
Similar.
it's more just 4 and 3 this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm higher on season 3 than most people. Not that people are out on it for sure.
Because of how it
but
ends?
I think season 3, just the whole season, I think season 3 might be the best 1 to 8 episode run they have of just a season. I think altogether there is only one episode that feels at all like filler to me. It's episode 5. Feels like semi-filler. It's okay. It's him and Eve still exploring stuff. But I think that season has so many different dynamics that make it so good. Season 4 is great because of the scale. But season 4 just specifically is dealing with this big Viltrum war, which obviously when it's the biggest point in the show, it's great. But when you tease that still in season 3, and you have part of that in season 3, you've got Rex everything that's going on. You've got everything with the Guardians. You've got everything with Cecil and Mark. You've got everything with Mark and Eve, seeing what happens with him and Amber. Him and William, all these different connections are all so fleshed out across a whole season. You get things like Powerplex. You get a bunch of different villains that still don't feel like the reused part. You get the introduction of Oliver. You're seeing everything happen with Nolan Alan, I think there's so many great, amazing things that happen in that season that like every single episode makes it so good. So I think the end of season 3 and season 4 are exactly the same. I think they're both heaters.
Yep.
I just think the first 4 episodes of season 3 are gold.
Sure.
And I think the first 4 episodes of this season were not as good.
Took a little bit.
They were solid.
I loved the first one, if I remember correctly. It all blends together because the first 3 came out. So
the first one was the one where they're facing off against the Flaxons again.
What was 2?
2 was where they explore Viltrum with Nolan and Alan.
Yes.
I think that's what you were talking about, right?
Yes.
That one was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
3 was meh.
Yeah, that was the one where the aliens come back and, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'd go there.
It's a great season, though. Yeah. I mean, it's really, you've said it before, it's like, which child of yours is the one that you'd be keeping? It's like, I can't choose that, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What would you give, if you had to give, could you give, like, point ratings for the seasons? I would give
each one?
I would give season 1 like a 9.8, honestly. Is that crazy?
I think it's
so good.
Yeah.
I would give it like
really
a 9.8. I'd go like 9.5 and then 9.3. And then I'd give season 2 like a 8.4. Again,
it's that much of a jump down for you?
Yeah. I did not love the finale as much as most people. You know what's weird?
Really? I was a fan of it.
With the Angstrom?
Yeah.
I thought it was too...
He's the villain that I feel is needed to get the crap kicked out of him the most.
Fair.
So, like, it was
I
satisfying
didn't feel
to
the
see that
scale
happen.
as much with Angstrom. Like, he felt like a filler main villain for me.
I see.
He also felt like I didn't love all this. Like, I know the portal jumping is cool and fun, but I also didn't feel like it fit the vibe of the show to me, to be honest. Like, everything else in the show is so serious and dark, and then for them to just be whipping out a Fortnite weapon just felt too cheesy to me.
Oh, yeah, that was
like, I don't know. It felt too much.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. It just didn't land for me.
I think I'd say season 1 is a 9. I'd say the same thing. 9.8. Season 4 is probably... Oh, well, what did I give season 4? 9.2? 9.3?
Yeah, 9.2.
Season 3, probably the same thing. Same exact rating. And then season 2, I'd probably give an 8.7?
Yeah.
8.8?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can I pitch you on why I sing?
Yeah.
Outside of season 3 too? Or outside of what I just said? Is like everything with Mark and Eve this season is interesting, but I think they like make it where their two pairing is like a trauma bonding session constantly. It's just that's their only thing they can talk about.
A little bit.
I feel like in season 3 you still had the fallout of like them being friends to that couple thing. Like there's a lot more of an actual dynamic there.
Yeah.
Like all those side plot points I think just make it season 3 so much better.
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean, it's the best that Mark... It's the best, like, human Mark moments.
Yes. If season 3 had season 1's animation, I think season 3 is easily the best. Is that a weird take?
That's interesting to think about. Huh.
Because season 1 looks beautiful.
No, it looks awesome. It looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Why has it gotten worse?
Timing.
I don't even have a problem.
They spent so long on the first one.
I don't even have an issue with it. Oh, I guess that's true.
I mean, you think about it. Since they dropped season 2, it's been one year every time. I mean, that's tough.
At what point do you think they take the animation stuff to heart and just hire more people? Because
I feel like they would have. I don't think it's a lack of. I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah, they're doing.
There's something else. Yeah.
Sure.
Well, I don't know. I heard something about money, but also I'm like, how is this? This is like one of the biggest shows in the world right now.
That's what people are saying. It's like, you know, these animes have, you know, 100K budgets, and look at their animation. And I'm like, yeah, but also they're not hiring J.K. Simmons and this and that. Like, I really think a ton is going into the casting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even down to, like, the Emperor was played by the guy who's played Winnie the Pooh for the last 45 years. Like, every known voice actor has had a part in this, let alone some of the biggest just actors in general have cameoed in this. Like, every person is played by a significant actor. So, I mean, a lot is going into the casting. This is like a pseudo-Avengers Doomsday type situation. Like, there's a lot of significant people playing these characters. So I understand the animation taking a hit. I'm just stunned because the show is one of the most critically... an audience
as a story, this is one of the best stories I've ever.
Yeah, so like they have the reception and the funding. I'm sure. I don't know, but again, it's not ever been that big of a complaint from me. But definitely, this is the first season where I was like, all right, it definitely probably doesn't look as good as it could. We were laughing last week because there was a scene where Mark whips around and faces the camera because Thrag flies past him and grabs Thetis and yanks his head off his body. And we were laughing because you can, if you freeze it at the point Mark initially turns, his face turns into Paul. And we were like, why would that even happen?
It's so funny.
Like, the animation is just... And there was points... Did you notice in episode 7 where, like, somebody was flying in the background, all of a sudden they're like... They would just disappear.
Yeah. There was a shot in this, too, where, like, there was an image of, like, Florida almost. It looked like it was Florida. Have you seen this?
Maybe,
from the finale?
I don't know.
It's really funny.
I'll have to show
you.
At the very end?
Yes. I'll have to show you.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Just stuff like that where it's kind of like, you really, like, it doesn't even seem like they're trying sometimes. Then again, they hear the complaints. There's nary have you seen a studio team more in tune with their audience. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that some of this, like, I'm sure Mark turning into Paul was like, they were like, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
This is going to be crushing in the Discord server.
Yes.
And stuff.
Do you know what was something that was very shocking to me?
What's that?
Do you remember watching the season 4, like, little, what do you call it they do? Little teaser trailer thing.
Yeah.
Where it's not like anything. It's them sitting there in the Burger Mart and they're talking. Mm-hmm. It's even Mark talking. And their dynamic and the animation in that. You should go watch it again.
It's amazing.
It's
the animation's
so
phenomenal.
Good, but even their dynamic of them like playing off each other is so much better than they do in season 4. And it was so interesting.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
like, wow.
It's weird. I remember we talked about this when the trailer first came out because I was upset because I was like, why doesn't the show look like that?
Yeah. It's very
It feels like a different team animating it.
Right. I don't know if I'd want it directly the way they do it that way.
I would.
But I don't like the googly eyes and uber popping and all that kind of stuff.
It looks so good, though. Like, those trailers look so good.
They do look great.
Season 3 did the same thing. There's also a commercial for that, and it's amazing.
Was that with him and Alan? I think?
Yeah, and it looks just as good.
Yeah.
It's so weird because it's weirder when they kind of hold that over your head and they're like, look what we're capable of.
Yes. The other thing too,
You know?
I don't know if you've ever actually seen the Eve one, the Eve special.
No, I haven't.
The animation in that is unbelievable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because
it's the
like...
best use that they do of her powers ever.
Oh, interesting.
Like, you don't see it as good in the show as that.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, we have a whole year now, unfortunately, so I'll check it out.
I know, I can't believe it.
All right, so let's fly through. There's a couple huge things we want to touch on. We could talk about Nolan and Debbie. We could talk about spoilers. We could talk about Mark and Thrag. We can talk about Alan.
Yes.
There's a lot we could cover.
Officially doing spoilers now.
Spoiler Debbie.
I want to start real quickly because you said it. The Debbie and Nolan thing.
Yeah.
I like that Debbie, they're having her put up a fight against Nolan, but I also feel like they did it way too easy and convenient. That all of a sudden, the second off screen, we just have it, her and Paul just broke up, and now all of a sudden she's flying off to space with him. I don't know. It felt a little too easy to me.
Yeah, like all the stars aligned too quick.
I think, I have a feeling they're going to get back together. Again, haven't read the comics. I have a feeling they're going to get back together.
Nolan?
Yes.
They have to. They're going to be stuck in space together.
Yes, but like my thought is almost if you're going to do that, I want it to be like a really hard and well-earned like fight back. Like I don't know if I want to even see it next season unless it's the very end.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Yeah, make it a big
like
finale.
I don't want it to be a thing where Mark and Eve tease it in episode 8 of the finale of season 2 and season 3 episode 1 they're together.
Right, they're kissing or something.
Yes. Like I need a little bit more separation, I think.
Sure, I agree.
I can't believe how easy that was, and I don't really like that Paul was like this great, fantastic guy. That even you get the mentions of Oliver starting to like think of him as a dad, where it's I miss Paul Spaghetti, right? And then just off. Oh, we just didn't even see it.
And that's why we didn't work out.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. Oh, and it was all off camera. And I didn't love that.
No, did the Nolan interaction with Debbie, where he was kind of trying to like talk her down, did it feel weird to you?
Yes.
You believe in rehabilitation.
Yeah, like, why did he say it like that?
I was like, get away from him,
no,
Debbie.
I won't forget. But you will.
Like, what the heck are you doing?
You believe in the way he like enunciated the whole word, rehabilitation.
Yeah, dude. You believe in rehabilitation.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird.
It was odd. Okay,
I found it strange. I found it totally strange.
I got the ick, dude.
Yeah, I was like, why are you saying it like that?
Yeah.
He was
talking. It worked on her.
It did work on her.
I was like, what the
heck?
Because
he was right. But like the way he was talking about it being right is weird. It's also like that's so manipulative too. To say, well, I know you're going to change because you're a good person.
You will.
You're going to forgive me because you're a good person.
Yeah.
What the heck? Like that's way too much to put on.
Right.
That's so selfish.
Yeah, and she's way too vulnerable to like pull that.
And he's already trying to put his arm around her. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, in space when they're looking out and everything.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Now let me put it to you a different way, though. Let me put it to you a different way.
Okay.
You're single. Nolan, big arms. He pulls up and he says he wants to get back with you. You're not going to take that? J.K. Simmons' voice.
In this scenario, do I believe in rehabilitation?
You believe in rehabilitation.
You believe.
You believe in rehabilitation.
I don't know, dude.
Debbie, I've got protein tubes.
Protein tubes with the white sauce.
With the white sauce. I would take that deal.
You taking that deal?
I'd take that deal.
That's a darn good deal.
That's a darn good deal.
Mark and Thrag. Right, because that's the next big thing. Actually, can I touch on this? Cecil. You're still a fan of Cecil after this episode? Because I'm not.
Yeah, I'm all in Cecil.
I'm not a fan of Cecil.
Oh, my gosh.
And I've been a fan of Cecil for 4 seasons. I checked out here. I'm off the train.
Why are you off the train, man?
Well, because what is like? Listen, do I understand
bars.
do I understand that Cecil is irritated with Nolan for massacring the people of the city? Of course, I get that. I understand it.
You do get it?
I understand.
I'm glad you understand. Yeah, that's good.
I understand where he's coming from.
I'm glad you get that.
For Cecil to say to Nolan, "You expect me to sleep at night knowing there's angry Viltrumites out there?" It's like, buddy, you set one of them free.
Fair.
You know what I mean? It's like you didn't even try to stop him.
But Nolan's the one sitting there getting mad at Cecil as if he didn't just kill half of Chicago.
No,
what are you talking about?
I understand the...
And I think people are missing that line, by the way.
Okay.
Try dying, whatever. I think that's based on Chicago, correct?
Yeah.
That's not based on Cecil. People are saying, how did Cecil that many times he died? No. He's talking about Chicago. That's the people he killed.
He's saying when you feel you've died that many times.
That's the amount of people's lives you just impact. Yes.
Right. That was a great line. I'm not saying the premise for why they're arguing is bad. I'm saying for Cecil to act all righteous and high and mighty as if he hasn't just made life... Like maybe... Who knows what happens in the Viltrumite War if Conquest is just out of the picture from the jump. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Like, they don't... First of all, they don't get sidetracked on that planet for a couple months. You know what I mean?
But I think it was the only stupid thing he's done, really.
Yeah, but it's a biggie. That's a huge thing, dude.
It is... It is.
For you to not even recognize it. And I hope that when Mark's trauma is kind of out of the way in Season 5, he confronts Cecil.
Yeah.
Because that needs to happen.
What did you think of the trauma angle they played with the fake-outs? You liked it?
I'll say it didn't...
Did you like the fake-outs?
Well, I loved them, but
I did too.
I saw a lot of people getting freaked out, like thinking they were real, and I just never believed it. And I don't want to sound like I'm like that guy or something, because I'm not. But like... In my head, I was just like, there has not been nearly enough build-up for Thrag to be holding Debbie by the back of the head.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you're not going to just do it instantly.
Right.
So if you're going to kill a main character, it's a big, deep moment.
I love that that's what they're doing with Mark. Because the risk you always run with shows like this is because you're moving so fast. Like, it's almost like, again, like you said, with Nolan and Debbie, like, suddenly they're just okay again.
Yes.
Like... I was worried that they would kind of just like Mark's back and he's fine.
Yeah. Two thoughts. Love that they used it as an angle also that Mark comes to the place he says do you still have those people? Like I love that because I think that's such an untouched thing in superhero media is just the role of like the mental side of things and like how like people just can't do that. Like that's just not sustainable.
That's great.
But question for you. Mm-hmm. With the flashback, or not the flashbacks, like the, what do you call them? Hallucinations of seeing Thrag.
Yeah, the trauma.
The trauma, whatever was happening. Was that something Thrag was aware of or not? Like, is that something that was happening because Thrag was, like, making that happen in a way, tying in with his PTSD? Or is that something totally separate? Because here's the thing. When he shows up and Mark sees him, he keeps rubbing his eyes to try and, like, get rid of it.
I'm sure that's
and then Thrag goes, yes.
We are here.
Right. Almost as if he knew Mark was thinking it wasn't really him there in that moment. You know what I'm trying to say?
It could.
Or did you not take it that way?
I took it just as like Thrag was like, well, because Mark, like you said, Mark was rubbing his eyes. He's like looking down and closing his eyes and opening them back up. I'm sure Thrag was like, yeah, buddy, it's me.
Okay.
However, if not, I understand that could be a big plot hole.
Or is that you, Harrison? I audibly said, I said, is that really him? And the second I said, is that really him? Immediately Thrag goes, yes. I was like, whoa. It's like, am I? Thrag? Lee Pace, are you here?
What'd you think of that interaction? How do you feel about this next season, dude?
That was the moment, not that I didn't think before, that was the moment I realized why it was Lee Pace cast.
Yeah.
It was almost like they started with that scene as like the audition for him.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It was so good, dude.
Holy cow. I wrote down some lines, man, just because I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, hit me.
You do not have a choice, and yet you must still make one.
The line he says about the savior is
the universe is strange. In a way, you become our savior.
It's awesome, dude. I felt so much despair. It feels like this is this world's snap.
Yes.
This is Thanos'. Yes. This is Thanos' snap on Invincible.
There's just no way to be able to combat that.
Like as of this moment, like the Viltrumites are actively repopulating. Like at this point, like women are pregnant with future Viltrumites. Like, and there's nothing Mark can do. Mark
Luke is hosting Family Feud.
There's nothing Mark can do to stop them physically either. If he wanted to, he couldn't. Mm-hmm. What are they going to do? I guess, but then there's Alan.
Yeah. There is Alan.
I haven't heard much. I've heard that
I heard a little something.
I've heard that Alan is not very likable after this.
I've heard that too, and the second I saw that, I knew why.
Yeah.
I saw that actually. People said I sometimes see these things where it'll be like a little thing that almost it doesn't spoil it, but it's like a thing. Like you just said. Mm-hmm. And then if I click in, it's where I see all the comments of people being like, yeah, this is what happens.
Sure.
I saw one blurb where somebody said, yeah, people ain't ready for how awful Alan gets after this. I went, oh, okay.
Awful, like unforgiving and like a malicious character, or awful, like irritating?
It was in response to somebody saying the person nobody hates in the show.
Interesting.
And it was Alan. And
so
then they said people aren't ready for what happens next.
When Theta says no Viltrumite can survive, is that like implicating Mark and Nolan and Oliver? Like, is that it's everybody?
Mm-hmm. A thought I had about the finale. Part of me wondered, and I wrestled with this in my mind. Part of me wondered if it would have worked better to have episode 7 be the finale and have episode 8 be the beginning of season 5 almost, and then just have it pick up right after. But then
it's a good thought, but I
the reason why it didn't is because I almost feel like exactly like you just said. I had the same thought about Infinity War because now we have to sit with that for a year.
Yep.
You just have to sit with that.
Great.
Instead of it being, oh, what's going to happen? Is Thrag going to do that? No. You're just gonna sit in it.
I feel like if this was, we've talked about it a little bit, and I've seen people saying this. If episode 7 was the finale, then 8 was a great epilogue. And
yeah,
I totally feel like this episode showed, and I know this is where you are at too. You texted me something along the lines of this on Tuesday. I feel like this episode showed me that Invincible doesn't need the big punch-out, grandiose spectacle to succeed as a show.
Because the story is what makes it.
Yes. This is the first time I really felt like the show could stand on any leg it chooses to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
And, gosh, dude,
yes.
how cool is that? You know what I mean? In the same way that, like, Civil War for the MCU really felt like the first time you were like, oh, I care about these people. Like, I'm not just here for a superhero thing. I care about these characters. This is what... That's what this felt like. Mm-hmm. It was like, oh, I need to see what happens to these people. I didn't realize how much I cared about this world, until all is lost, And gosh, great.
I had no idea how this show, I think we said it last week, I have no idea how this show is going to continue and go for more seasons.
Yeah, me either.
Totally get it now. And I think this is the right direction. Like, this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense from every account. Whether you like it or not, let's say that. Mm-hmm. It makes total sense for every character to make the choices that they made. Yep. Thrag included.
Yep. Totally agree.
It's genius.
Oh, that's awesome.
And honestly, like you said, it's honestly kind of refreshing for it to be the first time I like things being different. I would have, in some ways, as cool as it would have been to see Thrag and Mark punch it out again, we'll get that down the line again. But, like, just to have it end different was great.
Yeah.
And season 1, even though it ends on the cliffhanger of it being bad, you still think that there's danger coming potentially. You realize that Nolan's had to shift enough that it's not happening the second.
Yeah.
You've got some sort of... This is the most doomsday, gloomy thing we've had this show so far. Mm-hmm. Like, there is nothing right now that... You're helpless. You're helpless.
Yep.
Like you said, the decision's made for him.
I'm so curious about season 5, dude. Like, does he tell Cecil right away? Does he wait? Does he even tell his family? Like, what does he do?
I don't know. Because Nolan and Debbie are gone now, too.
Yeah.
And it's at least a 2-week thing away.
He has nobody to turn to.
I almost wonder if he hides it.
I think he does for a bit.
I think he's going to hide it.
He's got to tackle his PTSD before he tackles this.
Yes, he's going to hide it. And then that's when we're going to get Mark versus Cecil again. And it's going to be cinema. He's going to get mad about Conquest. At
this point, how mad can he be about Conquest? Because now he's like, they're housing the Viltrum Empire in Earth. And that's Mark's fault.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will say,
that's crazy.
Top 10 dumbest decisions ever in cinema. Destroying Viltrum was a stupid call. I'll say it.
I understand it.
I don't.
Really?
Yeah. I get the idea. If you destroy Viltrum, it's going to make them realize, hey, this is just not going to work out. It's Thrag, buddy.
Well, I think
he's not going to stop.
Well, because the Viltrum Empire is kind of built on this premise that we're better than everybody else, and like, everything happens through us. Like, I think that Nolan and Thetis thought if we destroy Viltrum and they have no home, they won't know how to create home anywhere else.
Yeah.
And So robbing them of their home, robs them of their mission. Little do they know, Thrag is just like, all right, Earth it is.
Yep.
That's the ultimate curveball that they couldn't have seen coming. Daredevil Born Again.
Daredevil Born Again.
Peak on peak. How you feeling? You like this episode?
I liked it.
I thought it was, dude.
You thought it was that? I thought it was good.
It wasn't on the level of the last two. But
Yes.
that final face-off with Daredevil and Fisk. What does he say? Something like what does
About
he say?
like I don't know, something like where we don't want to do this, but we still realize I don't know.
I love when Kingpin lets out these like guttural screams. No, and he like gets up and runs at him. I love the comic accurate thing where Daredevil knee kicks him in the high knees him in the chin. That's like straight out of a comic book.
Yes.
That was awesome. What is the line? I'm paraphrasing heavily, but when Kingpin's like on the ground and he's like,
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, Murdoch?
Yeah. What does he say, dude? He says something like, kill me. What does he say? Take me in. Oh, no. He says something like, what are you going to do? Arrest me? You can't. What are you going to do? Kill me? You won't. And he just is sitting on the ground like scoffing at him. And he just has to walk away. There's so much going on, dude. Now Jessica Jones is in the picture. We're opening the door for the Defenders to come back. I love Karen Page getting kind of apprehended by the task force. Mm-hmm. That leader needs to go, dude. I can't wait for him to get what's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. He's so annoying.
That guy plays a jerk so well.
Yes.
I kind of want to shake his hand. Like, if he ever goes to a Comic-Con, I kind of want to, like,
what you need.
You play the greatest jerk I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's just so good at it, dude. But I again, like, finally, after 5 seasons, we get to see Unleashed. I'm going to slam your head in a car door, Kingpin, from season 1. Man, dude, there's a lot to look forward to because it only gets
really
worse from
good.
here.
Really good.
Kingpin's about to build a collider and welcome Miles into the
Whoa! Weird complaint. So yell at me if I'm being stupid right now. It almost feels a little bit though like this episode really showed it to me. Like there's almost not enough Daredevil. Is that crazy? Like there's points where I'm just watching all these side stories happen and I'm enjoying them, but then we get back to Matt Murdock, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, this is great. Well, why am I not seeing more of it?" And it's even more highlighted by the fact that, like, again, I just saw Foggy, and I'm being reminded why the show was so good when it was Matt Murdock and Foggy, and then Daredevil.
Sure.
And, like, that was the show. It feels almost a little bit like we're getting so much of these side things, and, like, Karen, who was annoying the snot out of me.
Yeah.
But, like, there was a point where I was thinking, how much have I actually seen Matt on screen? Like, barely.
Yeah. And when you do, he's, like, in a corner, like...
Yeah. That was good. That was good. Yeah.
You see the memes online of people like, I didn't know you being blind makes you breathe heavier out of your mouth.
That's funny. That's funny.
I feel like Born Again is more Kingpin's story than anything. Which is funny, Then maybe you should have made the title different, but it's definitely more Wilson Fisk's story, and Daredevil's just living in it. Mm-hmm. But hopefully, because the last couple episodes really have been hitting the core of this world, which really is just the dynamic between Matt and Wilson Fisk. I hope that the finale kind of keeps it that, because we're very close to a great finale here. Mm-hmm. We're building to something really special. I loved the ending there. I loved honestly, this is the best that I think BB and Daniel, right? Mm-hmm. Is it Daniel?
Yep.
Right. Have been in the show. Daniel. Buck is great. Dude. What was that weird? What was that, dude?
Buck is a freak.
What was that, dude? Show me.
Show me.
Get out of here, dude.
Buck, chill out.
What are we doing, dude?
Buck needs to. He is a freak.
What the heck? Something's in my eye. Yeah, he is, dude.
He's a freak. That was crazy.
That was something else.
And then does that make you feel better?
Get out of here.
What is wrong with you?
Gosh, dude, what is with all the freaky stuff going on?
I don't know.
I'm surprised he didn't say, you believe in rehabilitation.
Yeah, that's what he said during next. That's what he said during next. Also,
weird, dude.
To pull up this, I actually saved this the other day, so this helped me. Mm-hmm. Ready? Matt or Daredevil, either one of them.
Sure.
Just that 13 minutes he showed up in the 46-minute episode.
Really?
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's kind of like the Mando episodes in Book of Boba, where Boba, remember in the Mando episode with Luke and Grogu and everything, it cuts to like one scene with Boba and he's like, we got to take on the Pikes or whatever, and then it just
it's just
away.
Mando. That was so funny because it was like they realized, because those episodes were fantastic. Yeah, it was the only episodes that were good were the ones that felt like the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
which was so funny.
That is funny.
The Bacta tank. I have to go chill in my Bacta tank.
Shows him in a Bacta tank. There's so much to look forward to in Born Again, and I could honestly, now that we've got the writing team we do and the direction we're headed, I could see this going on for a couple more seasons. I just am curious because, again, we keep saying it. Vincent D'Onofrio is looking a little skinny these days. He's looking a little fit and trim. I'm curious if Kingpin kind of bows out after this. I'm wondering what happens.
I don't know.
We'll
have to see.
But I
think do you think there's any chance we see Rosario Dawson back?
I don't know.
I thought they were teasing it. Do you remember when they said he's like, I know a nurse?
Yeah.
And then it just wasn't her.
I think
it was the other
right
lady. Anyway, sorry. Next.
No, I keep seeing people
go to the
say
next.
that.
I would love to see her back.
Honestly, after next season with the Defenders, she'll be the one.
I thought she was one of my favorite characters. Honestly, when she was in.
I just don't know what place she would have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because she fit the time
well.
Right.
Yeah. She was like what Matt needed then.
But like it kind of fits though, because now he's back to the kind of being under the wraps guy again.
Sure.
I mean, I know he's always that, but like he's really in hiding now again too, which is kind of where it was before.
Speaking of in hiding.
Yeah.
Maul Shadow Lord, dude.
What a
feeling?
segue.
How you feeling?
Feeling great.
What a segue.
Feeling great, man.
Name drop the show. You're feeling good?
Yeah.
Honestly, the only thing there is to talk about in this episode, or this pair of episodes, I would say, because we're enjoying the stuff with Lawson, we're enjoying the stuff with Maul, just the ending here of episode 6.
Yes.
Unless you have some other point. You have something?
Yes. Well, no. You say what you were saying.
No, that's what I would like to talk about.
Touches. I just loved the little touches, man. The point when he comes down and he like, where is Maul? Here I am. Like he comes down.
He's so sick, dude.
And he jumps in and does the thing. They do the soft playing and then immediately comes in hard with the music.
Yeah,
again.
Dude.
I loved even the little parallels. I don't know what they call it. Is it like a window frame shot where they do it like this? You see it in OG Star Wars where they like close it.
Oh
almost.
Yeah, the cheesy.
They were doing those transitions in this show. I love that touch. They did it like twice in this episode in great spots. Mm-hmm. And I know it sounds stupid, but it was just the little things. It just felt so Star Wars.
Yep.
I love it.
This is the most Star Wars has felt.
Yes,
Star Wars
it's so Star Wars
in years. I would like to add on to a little thing. Last week we posted a clip on the socials about how Maul's ending should be retconned, and we got a lot of pushback, dude.
Did we ever?
Oh my word!
Got flamed for it.
Goodness gracious, dude! A lot of comments, people saying that shouldn't happen. I think two things can be true at once, and I'd love to hear your thoughts because it was your take. Mm-hmm. Two things can be true. One, his ending is perfect. Two, if they did retcon the ending, there's a lot more story you could tell. Mm-hmm. That's all we were saying.
Thank you. Yes, that's the point we're saying is I understand that was a great ending.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a shame because when they wrote that ending for him, there was no plans for anything else.
Right.
He's so set on Kenobi because that's all he's had this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's deranged.
Up until that point,
he's going crazy.
Yeah.
He's got literally just Kenobi on his mind. He's a shell of himself. He's got nothing. And what I'm saying is watching a show like this shows you how much potential there is for story, not just for the show, but for a trilogy even.
Right.
There is so much on the table. And the fact that you know that no matter what, like, yes, is their stories. And I saw people, this was the dumbest thing I saw. Oh, well, just because the new trilogy happened and you know that Anakin becomes Darth Vader doesn't mean you don't do Clone Wars and all that. Stop it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the point of the show is that he's on this revenge tour, basically, for everyone that did him wrong. And if you know at the end of the day that it's not even, he can't even sniff these people.
No.
There's nothing he does that sniffs them.
No.
Then it kind of makes it that the only people he's getting revenge on are these small tier people.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Is it just reduces the scale that this story could have by a lot.
Rebels
it could have been huge.
Exactly, because Rebels didn't have, like you said, the context in knowing that Maul was anything other than an assassin who was having it out for Kenobi. Mm-hmm. Like it didn't have the benefit in the context of he ran a crime syndicate and he had a Padawan. And, you know,
He's
this and
this
that.
mastermind. Because again, like that, yes, he's this big mastermind that every time he's 2 steps ahead of literally everybody. He's the only one that can compete with Palpatine in terms of mental.
Yeah.
And yet, here he is.
Yeah.
You see him as just kind of like,
Yeah, man.
he's not there. Mm-hmm. So clearly it goes all wrong. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's all I was trying to say.
I'm allergic to a good take.
We got absolutely flayed for that.
Dude,
it's
crazy.
too bad.
A lot of people saying you must not be a real fan.
Yeah,
buddy.
I saw somebody
named after Star Wars.
Yeah, do you know what was one of my favorite things? This is my favorite thing with the podcast is you commented this, but sometimes when we respond back to these people, people don't expect responses back just because there's a lot like certain ones of these videos that do well.
Yeah,
and there was somebody that said people with these bad of takes should not be on a podcast. And you responded, and you just very simply, in like 3 sentences, just specified the take. He goes, "Oh, my bad. You're so right." Like it was like the switch up was so funny.
Yeah. Thanks for
it was
being
so
normal.
funny. Which we love all the comments, no matter what. Like it's not because we're upset about it. Like we love it. I mean, I would love to be called an idiot. I think that's
100%.
hilarious.
It's great.
When it's like this, you know.
It's great. Dude. I just want people to talk.
Yeah, of course. So it's not like that. It was just
we just have
it was
to
just
establish-
hilarious.
You think it's Vader at the end?
I almost think it's season 2 that they do Vader.
Christian on Parking Lot Takes had a great take about this. He thinks that Vader doesn't come until the end of the show, whenever that is. 2 seasons, 3 seasons, whatever.
So funny you said it. That was the reason that's prompted my thing. I was just about to bring it up.
I'm totally content with this. I think I want to see Vader before the season's over, but I don't want to see him face Maul yet. I want to see that at the end.
That was a fantastic clip.
You know? Because Rebels has that line where Maul says to Ezra, "I cannot take on Vader alone," almost implying loosely that he's tried and failed. It has to happen.
Yes.
I just think this show is rocking, and it could rock for several seasons. This is something you build up to.
And do you know what I think they do?
There's no coming back from a duel with Vader.
Totally. Yep. That's kind of endgame. I almost think, too, what they could do with it is he gets the Padawan, and she gets killed by Vader.
Oh, dude.
And so that's how you get rid of her, and also that sends him down a spiral, because maybe he forms an attachment or something.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, and that's why he immediately jumps on Ezra, because he's just trying to fill a void.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
I think that's genius.
Oh, dude, you're cooking. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. That's some good stuff.
Hey.
How cool is it to just have another good Star Wars thing to watch unfold, though?
That's great.
How blessed are we?
How blessed are we?
Wow. You good? You feeling good?
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
No.
I'm feeling pretty good. Man. 2 hours of pop culture goodness. Thanks,
Pop
Michael.
culture good. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael.
As always.
As always. Krista. You know what hit me up, man.